Hi and welcome. Disclaimers, these are my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. Now, I had this thought a couple of weeks ago, and I was wanting to do this video. And I thought I'd do a little bit of research first and actually go out into the wild and ask people. I would also invite questions and comments because I'm interested to know why this is a thing. So we have this thing now in society where basically you cannot misgender somebody. If somebody with a penis calls himself a woman, you have to go along with that. You have to pretend that they are a woman, even though they have a penis, right? And that's just the thing. You can't question it, right? You are called a homophobe. Now, I've said before, I am not homophobic at fucking all, mate. I have explained this in great detail. I'm not going to go into it now. But I have said it quite a few times. And it probably will be said again. But huge thing all over the media, like in the real world. You've got these people dominating female sports. You've got men with penises pretending to be women who are taking up the female section of like politics and things like that. Because demonization of women has been happening for fucking ever because they fear us. The patriarchy fears us, mate. That's why Eve was invented. So we are the source of all evil on this planet. Womankind is the source of all evil. And that we get taught that from the age of 4, right? And it's never led up. Women are degraded. We're less than men. And the women who are allowed up to where men are men, are biological men with penises and sperm and testicles. And if a man goes to bed with a woman and doesn't like the fact that he's actually sleeping with a man, that makes him homophobic. Crazy. Not the point of this conversation, because obviously I do talk about transgender a lot. My question is not when people are misgendered, when people are misraced. Now, I live in Leicester, where white British is an ethnic minority, right? So you can get your hands on quite a few Indians and Pakistanis, right? Now, I'm 52 years of age. I'm very old. I'm very, very old. But my whole life, didn't know what the difference between an Indian and a Pakistani was. Obviously, that they come from different places. But met a few in my personal life over the past year, and I knew this Pakistani fellow, so I asked him, like, what's the difference? And he's like, well, Indians are usually shorter and Pakistanis have lighter skin and all this and the other. Now, I'm not racist either, and I was scared to do this video because in case I came across as racist. Now, my ideal man would be a 6-foot Indian. Good luck finding one of them, right? Do not have a thing against them, right, at all. Think they're yummy, right? So I've been out in the wild and I've been asking, I've been, saying to people, usually Uber drivers and whatever, are you Indian or are you Pakistani and whatever? And do you get offended when you're misraced? Now, when I first had this conversation, I had it with my son, and I said, like, why don't they get misraced? And he says, because they're not white. Like, nobody gives a shit. Do you know what I mean? They don't give a shit. It's only white folk that get like that. Difference being, I don't know. Like, start the discussion. Anyways, I've asked people, none of them get offended. Now, I used to know this lad that I met on Plenty of Fish last year. And one day we were on the phone and somebody caught him up going into I said he's Indian, didn't I? And somebody took in front of him at the what they call where you put petrol in your car, petrol station. That's the one. Clues in the description, Kez. And he called him a PAKI bastard. Right? I can't say PAKI, just like I can't say PUSSY. The two worst words in the world. I cannot say them. Well, I can, but only when I'm either really angry or with the second one, if I'm in a certain kind of mood. Don't ask. Let's carry on. Shut up. The point, love. The point. But yeah, it was hilarious to hear an Indian person call somebody that. And he's like, I can't fucking stand him. Right? Now, I've not asked him because I upset him last. Both me and my mate turned him down. Last thing I knew, he said he was going to jump off a cliff. I know. Oh, he's only 30, bless him. Like, literally cute as fuck. But, very, very immature. So I've not been able to ask him because I don't want to get back into that conversation because it's going to get back to the talks. And no. But every single person was like, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? And now people use the word PAKI as a racial slur. Even Indians do it, as I just said. Yet, they don't care. If you call a bloke with a knob a bloke when he's got a skirt on, now remember, you won't remember. Some people may, I don't know. I met a chap in the pub, and I'm calling him a chap because I sent him a Facebook request. He never accepted it, bless him. And his Facebook profile is of his male persona. But when I met him out, it was on Pride Day last year, and he was wearing a skirt, and he went, I'm a girl now, look, and rubbed his skirt. Right, bloke looked as blokey as bloke could be, but with some makeup on. But he decided he was transgender, and he thought that wearing a skirt made him a girl. And I said, what's your name, darling? I sat and talked to him for ages because I'm fascinated by people. So I wanted to know what made him tick. And I said, what's your name, darling? And he said, I like to call myself like Roxanne or something like this. And I'm like, all right, like perfectly respectful of him, but he wasn't a girl, like literally he was not, and that's just facts, right? Now, it was a kink and a fetish, and a lot of these people these days, it's a kink and a fetish. People like Sam Smith. Now, watched a video yesterday, Captain Blue Eyes, have you ever seen him? He's a treat. He's wearing a skimpy pair of like bikini bottoms, right? Long hair. Obviously thinks he's some kind of, I don't know, right? But had a really little willy, you could see it through his thing. Now, Sam Smith has a really little willy. Do you know what I mean? Like most people, and the transgender person that I was getting to know online, which I think was the end of 2022, I couldn't be sure. Called himself a girl, and it's like, he got a problem with me being transgender. I'm like, no, like if we get on all right, it's about what's up here, not what's down there for me. You know what I mean? You get into my head, you get into my heart, you get into my pants. But you've got to get in there first. You've got to have something about you. If you've not got something about you, I don't want to know. Because I need conversation. You probably get that from my videos that I thrive on intellectual conversation. And if you're just going to come at me with, look how cute I look in this skirt, you're not. I'm sorry. That's not lesbianism. Do you know what I mean? Like, he'd send me photographs of himself with his little knob out, and it was minuscule. So I have this thought that a lot of people who decide to go transgender, it's because they're not really packing much. And maybe there's a estrogen testosterone imbalance or something like that. I don't know. I'm not professing to be an expert, and I'm going on about transgender way too much because my thought is trans like we're not allowed to misgender, but we are allowed to miss race. And races don't care about that. So why is it such a thing? Now, I put it to you that it's because of the media, because the media is just swamped. The news, just everything, celebrity, the whole lot, like celebrities bringing up their kids to be non-binary or the opposite gender when they don't even know what their junk does. Their parents are publicly plastering it everywhere. Then you want one of your influencers going like, shit, that's how I get followers. I do apologise, by the way. I've done this video while the bloody washing machine's on. Right, I'll cut it now. If it's any good, I'll post it. If it's just all washing machine, I'll do it again. But for now, please let's get discussing this. What are your thoughts on why you're allowed to miss race, but you're not allowed to miss gender? If you've stayed till the end, thank you so much. I owe you a bevy. If you are a returning subscriber and you want one, I'll make you a badge. If you're not subscribed, please consider it. If you've got the finger patience to push a button, please give me a like and feel free to share. And I shall speak to you on the next one. And I love you all. Bye. Let's see if I can press the button this time.